Hello everyone, CatWeazle here, welcome to the channel and welcome back to our playthrough of Eldritch Horror and Hypnos Otherwordly Dreams, where we're just about to start episode 4. Now I'm not aware of any problems from last turn apart from the dice, so they've all gone back in the bag. They're all in the bag till they learn to behave. So they're all in the bag. Put them over there. And we'll see how they like that. Because they're going to have to buck their ideas up. Not having turns like that again. It's ridiculous. Alright. And as far as I'm aware, there's no problems with last turn. So I'm sorry. Nobody is going to get a CatWeazle's cock-up corner. Not even in the middle of the video. I occasionally do not make mistakes. Only occasionally. But now and again I managed to do an actual episode without cocking anything up. And that was episode 3 by the looks of it. Anyway. Back to episode 4. So we're going to have a bit of a change round. Our lead investigator is going to be Caroline Fern. So let's get over to the action phase. And here we are at the action phase with Caroline. What is she going to do? Well, first of all, she's going to move. So she's going to move across to space 5 where Luke is. So she's joined Luke on space 5. Then she is going to perform a rest action. And she's going to get health. So she's going to get herself 1 health back. Or is she? Because we have the Witch Doctor. Let's have a look at the Witch Doctor. Oh, and you recover an additional health. Awesome. So she actually goes up to 4. Remember, Hypnos doesn't allow you to recover health and sanity. So if you're only recovering health, as in this case, and you get a +1 to it, that's fine. Because we didn't recover any sanity. So, nice one. The Witch Doctor's coming really good and she's up to 4 health. She was rocking a bit there on 2. One other thing to remember just before we get to Luke is final analysis here should be flicking up. We have got enough clues on the board. We just need somebody to rest on her space. And then missing link will kick in. And I'm going to keep that there. Because we may well see that happening. Speaking of which, Luke Robinson is next. And here we are with Luke. Okay, what's Luke going to do? Well, obviously he's going to rest, isn't he? So he's going to have a rest. And he is going to get 2 sanity back, is what he's going to do. So back up to 8 sanity. That's great. How come he gets 2? He's got no Witch Doctor, and the Witch Doctor only does health. But Caroline allows you to get an extra sanity when you rest on her space with her. And he's going to do a bit of therapy because he's rested. And that means that she can complete final analysis and she gets the missing link reward. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Well done, lad. Well done. So, the missing link means that she gets an improvement to law and will. So, there's law. And there is will. So that means she goes up to 5 will and 3 law. Good, good, good. Now She would... Oh, she spawned a clue as well, didn't she? She's got the dream diary. She should have spawned a clue when she rested. So, we'll do that now. 1. She's right up in Alaska. So, Alaska's got a clue. There's loads of clues all around San Francisco. Like that. Now, even though she's got the missing link, that normally means that if somebody rests on her space, she would gain a clue, but she's not going to gain it for Luke resting then. Seems a bit cheesy to me for her to get missing link and gain the clue as well immediately. So we'll just have her gaining the missing link reward. But next time somebody rests on her space, she will actually gain a clue, not just spawn a clue. I don't think she spawns another clue. No, it's when she rests, the dream diary. Alright, so he's done that for his first action. And for his second action, he's going to use his special ability, which is, as an action, move to a space containing a gate that corresponds to the current omen. The current omen is a red sunburst. There is a red sunburst gate, and it's at Sydney. So he's going to move all the way to Sydney. And those are his 2 actions. Brilliant. Okay, right, so that is it for Luke. Next up is Jacqueline. And here we are with Jacqueline. Just before we kick off with her though, there is another clue spawn. Because part of final analysis is spawn a clue. And we didn't do that. We spawned a clue for a dream diary, but we didn't spawn a clue as we were completing final analysis. So this is the clue that we're going to do. And where's that going? Tokyo! Plonk that there. Alright. Cool. Now, back to Jacqueline. What is she going to do? I think she's going to rest because she took a bit of a hit on her sanity. Unfortunately, she's only going to get 1 sanity, but it will get her back to 5. Good, good. Alright. After that, what is she going to do? Well, she is going to move. Unfortunately, in the underworld, we can't get a lot done, especially mystery-wise. But if she uses the uncharted path, she can get herself to Ulthar, where she can have a Dreamlands encounter, and we will have an opportunity to put a clue on the mystery. Alright, so that's it for Jacqueline. Next up, it is William. And here we are with William. Unsurprisingly, his first action is to rest, because he needs to get a sanity back. So he's up to 3, but that's still pretty grim. Now, if any more sanity hits come in though, he does have the whiskey. So it's not quite as bad as it might be, but is it good? Not particularly, no. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Okay, what's he going to do for his second action? Well, he's got to move as well. Exactly the same as Jacqueline. He's not going to get a clue on the mystery while he's in Unknown Kadath. So, having a look at the Dreamlands board, he can use a path, a ship path, to get to Celophaeus. So he'll sail to Celophaeus, and he will attempt to do a Dreamlands encounter, and then put a clue on the mystery. Alright, that's it for the action phase. Next up, it is the encounter phase. And here we are at the encounter phase with Caroline. So she is on an urban space, so we're just going to have an urban encounter. So we'll just do a cut and upside down, nice one. So it's going to be city. That's the one we're going to do. You see a street magician use real magic in his act. Gain 1 glamour spell. Oh, the game! It just listens to you. I don't want a bloody glamour spell. Doesn't even say, the game knows that glamour spells are a pain in the ass, because it doesn't even say you may gain a glamour spell. It says you get it. You're stuck with it, son. Oh, so here are the glamours. We'll do a cut and bring this off the butt. And it's enchant weapon, which would be great, except we haven't even got a weapon, so this is taking the mickey. Big style. Let's have a read. Glamour. Monsters you encounter lose physical resistance. Well, there isn't a single monster on the board. You may re-roll up to 2 dice when resolving a strength test during a combat encounter. And during a reckoning, we test law and flip this card. Well, a law's a bit better now. A law's 3, but I'd still rather not have it. If she can, we might try and trade this off. Because, God, I hate glamours. How annoying. We haven't even finished the encounter yet either. During his show, he locks you in a safe. Will -1. Well, her will's just gone up, so she's going to have 4 dice out of the naughty bag. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's my shaker? Four 4s. Resistance will be futile. Back you go in the bag. I am sure that Marcus J. Player stole it into my house and swapped his dice with mine. This is a joke. Only joking, Marcus, if you're watching. Okay. If you pass, you stay calm and emerge to thunderous applause, recover 2 sanity. If you fail, you panic and gain a paranoia condition. And I got a bloody glamour as well. Paranoia is, I think it's in madness. I'm just going to look through. Yes, it is. So, give these a quick shuffle. Then we're going to cut it. At least it's a madness condition, so you can get rid of it. So we'll just keep going till we get the first one. Hunger, hunger, hunger. Is that a joke? Terror. You just saw me shuffle it. Hallucinations. Paranoia. So that is the condition she has got. Madness. When you perform a rest action, you may roll 1 die. On a 5 or a 6, discard this card. And it's a will test on a reckoning. Again, she's got goodwill. Goodwill hunting. Just checking if anything helps her, but I don't think it does. Bear with me. No. Oh, bloody paranoia condition as well. As well as a glamour spell. Crap. Right. Well, it appears that we are carrying on like we finished. Right, put those away. That is it for Caroline. Next up is Luke. And here we are with Luke at Sydney. What's he going to do? Well, he's going to shut the gate. He's going to avoid the rat thing. It's a -2 observation test. He only has 2 observation. The Chief Inspector doesn't kick in because it isn't a... What is it, encounter? It's not a research encounter. So rather than just roll 1 die and hope to get away with it, we're just going to avoid it. And in order to do that, he needs to spend a focus or a sanity as part of his passive ability. He doesn't have any focus, so he's going to spend a sanity, but that only puts him down to 7 sanity, so that's fine. So now, he goes and enters another world. So we'll need the Otherworld encounter deck. Cut. pull one off the top, and my God, we're going to the dreamlands. How weird is that? So there we go. Is that focused? Hope so. It's difficult for me to tell because I'm leaning over the camera. Right, the dreamlands. In the cavern of flame, the bearded priests, Nasht and Kamanthar, warn you it is too dangerous to continue. You insist you possess the knowledge you need and are resolved to enter the dreamlands. A will test -1. Dun dun dun. His will is... What you will, Luke, is 4. So it'd be rolling 3 dice. I'll just check if he's got any help. Get right to the bottom of this dice bag. And is there anything that helps you on will tests? No, no, no. But there are a few things that I've got to look at if we should we close the gate. So it's just 3 dice. Come on. Well, we're not going to close the gate, are we? Yeah, we'll leave it at that. So obviously I just get a feeling I'm going to fail every single roll today. Oh, I roll 1 additional die for each clue I have. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, single die. Look at it. It should have been part of 4 dice, but you know, that's a badly written card. A lot of people, just like me, they'll read up till it says what the test is, and then you think, you know, it's after that there's a bit of flavour text on whether you pass or you fail. So that's why I didn't read roll 1 additional die for each clue that you have. So that could have been done better. I know a lot of people do that. As soon as you get to the roll in brackets, people will stop reading. But we've passed it anyway, so great. So we go to the pass condition. After gaining access to the Dreamlands, you find yourself fighting moon beasts on a black galley sailing to the moon. Test strength. His strength, his pants. 2. He's got 2 strength. Yeah, it's just a strength test, it's not a combat. So you can't use his kerosene. Bummer. So, and is it -1? No. So it's just 2 dice. Blimey. As well, like roll them 1 at a time. Try it that way. Come on, Luke, you can do it. Yes, you can do it. These dice are beginning to learn that 5 can stay outside the bag. Good in. If you pass, you steal their treasure and are able to barter with it. Close this gate. Boom! It is closed. Put it on top of Tokyo, which is just at the side here. Just took it out of the way so it wasn't in shot. So that is awesome. We have shut a gate, and loads of stuff happen when we shut gates. So discard that. Over here. Brilliant. And bear with me, because there's a lot of things kick off when he closes a gate. He gains a clue and a focus off his dreamer reward. So, focus. Then he gets a clue. So he's on 2 clues now. That's good. But there's more. His dream box. When you close a gate during an otherworld encounter, gain 1 focus. If that gate corresponds to the current omen, recover 1 sanity. So he gets another focus, taking him up to 2. He is a beast. He is a beast, Luke, when he's closing gates after he's past Dreamer. And he gets that sanity back that he lost. Awesome. And there's more, I think. Waiting for the ley lines, unique asset. Task. When you close a gate during another world encounter, place that gate on this card. Then you may flip this card. So we're going to put the Sydney gate on walking the ley lines, but we're not going to flip the card. Remember, the more gates we get on the card, the better it will be. And I think that is finally it. Yes, that is finally it. So, excellent work, Luke. Oh, it was close though. Good job we got that extra die for that clue. Okay, that's it for Luke. Next up, it is Jacqueline. And here we are with Jacqueline, and she's in Ulthar. You can also see William there. Saves me having to move the camera around when it gets to his go. So, what's she going to do? Well, she's going to have a Dreamlands encounter. So here's the Dreamlands deck. We'll give it a cut. Flip one over. We are in Ulthar, which is the middle one. That's that. I think that as focused. Ulthar. You try to secretly follow the cats at night. Test observation. Good luck with that, Jacqueline. Her observation's 3, which isn't too bad. So let's get another 2 dice out and use this 5. Oh, fail. That 5 didn't stay out of the bag long, did it? So, there we go. If you pass, we didn't. If you fail, the cats catch you and suspect you of spying for the Zoogs. Lose 2 health. But she's got Flesh Ward, which is an incantation. So that'll flash up. I think I've got a picture of that somewhere. Incantation. Once per round, when an investigator would lose health, you may test law. If you pass, prevent that investigator from losing up to 2 health. So we better bloody pass this one. What is her law? Her law's 4. Check if she gets any bonuses to that. Bonuses on law. No, she does not. She does have 2 clues though. She may spend one. 2 5s. You guys can stay out. So that's 2 successes. Important because we've got to flip the card. Right. We haven't seen this, so I'll have to focus in on it. Unfortunately, it's going to have shadows on. Sorry about that. Flesh Ward. Resolve the effect based on your test result. So we got 2 successes. Flesh and bone writhe and reform as your wounds are mended. That investigator loses 1 sanity. So she's back to 4 sanity, unfortunately. So instead of losing 2 health, she loses a sanity. So that Flesh Ward spell's crap. 2 successes and you lose sanity. Yes, there are better Flesh Ward spells than that in the deck. Right, so that is it. We have resolved that encounter. Even though we didn't pass it, it counts as a resolve. So we can now try the mystery, which should be flashing up now. And we've got to test will -1. 2 success dice there. Her will's 3, so she got 2 dice. Come on, we need a success. Come on. 2 6s. Where have you been hiding, my beauties? So she's going to spend a clue. And that goes on the mystery up there. So we've got one clue on the mystery. Go, Jackie! Awesome. So that is it for Jackie. Put that up here. And next up, it's going to be William. And here we are with William. He's just a bit further up the board at Cellar Face. So exactly the same with him. He's going to do one of these. But we read for Cellar Face, which is the top one. Come on. There we go. Cellar Face. You find an abbey beyond the eastern gate and study the books in its library for anything helpful. Law -1. What's your law, kid? 3. But he has 2 focus. 2 dice. Let's roll them 2 6s. Come on. Another 6. We passed. I'll let you off. You rolled a 5 and a 6 before that, so we'll give you another chance. So we didn't have to use those. And we passed. If you pass, you discover a rare text. Gain a tome artifact. Oh, yes. These are what we want. Artifacts are immense. So we'll give it a cut. And we'll keep going till we get a tome. True Magic, which is a tome, right at the top. Better be good. Listen to how demanding I am. Come on. There we go. True Magic, item, tome. Hang on. Yeah, it just says tome artifact. Sometimes it says magical tome, and you've got to make sure you get a magical tome. But it's probably magical because it's called True Magic. But item tome. Gain +5 law when resolving spell effects. We've got to give this one of our spellcasters. Desperately. If you would spend or lose sanity as part of a spell effect, you may spend or lose 1 fluor sanity as part of that effect. That is an immense card. We need to get it to somebody like Luke, for example, who's just turning into, I don't know, turning into Dr. Manhattan, isn't he? Right, we'll put that over there with William. So, well done, William. Good news. Now, he's going to try and get a clue onto the mystery. So, let's have a look. We have a will of 3, so it's 2 dice again. It's these 2 dice again. Come on. Oh, 1 and a 2. But we're not going to stop there because we've got focus. And it's a test, so we can spend it. So we're going to spend a focus. Come on. Oh. Last focus. Come on. Oh. Damn. So we lost 2 focus there. And we haven't done it. Which means we're going to get catapulted out somewhere, if I recall. If he passes, he may spend 1 clue. If he fails, he loses 1 sanity and moves to a random space. So he's back down to 2 sanity. I'm not going to spend the whiskey. And he moves to a random space, which is going to be space 14. Well, come on. There. Space 14. Bah. Yeah, Finland or somewhere. Right, up there. Bugger. So we still need to get 3 clues on this mystery. This is a very difficult mystery because if you fail, kicks you out of the Dreamlands. Bummer. Okay, anyway, at least we got 1 on it. And Jacqueline's still there. Yeah, it looks like next turn it's just going to be Jackie trying to do that. But I'll worry about that at the end of the Mythos phase. Everybody might move 1 nearer to the Dreamlands, so that might help us. Speaking of the Mythos phase, that's what's next. And here we are at the laugh and chuckle phase. But just before we start, yes, notice something I'd missed. When Caroline got a paranoia condition, obviously this is a non-deal condition, so Jackie, she can have a look at the back. So that is what she's going to do. We're going to flick it over. Jackie's going to use a special ability once per round. So what did she pick up? That's what she picked up. Kleptomania. Against rational thought, you compulsively take what does not belong to you and hide it away. Gain 1 random item asset from the deck. Then you must hide from the authorities. Test observation. If your test result is less than the value of the asset you gained, discard that asset and gain a detained condition. Then discard this card. Nasty. So that's what she's got. Now it is a madness condition, she can get rid of it next turn, but we may get a reckoning. We don't know, might get a reckoning, we might get an event, we might get a rumour in a moment. But as it stands, that's what's on the back of the paranoia card. So Jackie has that information now, she gains a clue. So there we are, there's the clue. And we'll pop that on a player tray. Awesome. Okie dokie. Right, now we can get on with the actual game itself. So we need the laugh and chuckle deck. Okay, so what are we going to get? You get green, yellow or blue. And we get another bloody reckoning. Another yellow card. Oh, tentacles. Oh no. Not tentacles. Right, so here it is, Wanderlust. And let's have a read of it. So, well, got omen trap movement to begin with. And it moves round to a blue constellation. And we do have a blue constellation gate, so we lose Doom. We're down to 13. Bummer. Oh, hang on, I need my cheat card. Because it's a reckoning. So we're on to the reckoning. Monsters. Well, we've got the rat thing, but fortunately it doesn't have a reckoning, so we can ignore that. The ancient one, well, yeah, everybody moves. Everybody moves. 1 towards the Dreamlands, apart from Jackie, who's already there. Okay, so I think for Caroline, she's obviously going to move to San Francisco. That's her quickest way there. For, well, I'm going to have to do some. It's 1, 2, 3 to Tokyo for William. It's also 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he's got to move towards Tokyo, hasn't he? So he goes into northern Russia, space 16. Ooh. Yeah. Tokyo Gate's got to be the nearest. And Luke. He's got to travel towards Buenos Aires, hasn't he? He can do that from Sydney. So he can go to space 3. And then he's only 1 away from there. Okay, right, so that's the ancient one. Mythos cards. Well, we've got no outstanding rumours or anything, so that's fine. Possessions and conditions. Well, we know we've got one. We just had a look at it. I'll just check for any others. I don't think there are any others. There are not. So it's just this paranoia condition. Which is, and it's kleptomania. We know what it is. Right. Is it a will test? Yes, test will. So we don't want to fail. She has got 5 will though. But the way I've been rolling, anything can happen in the next half hour. Stingray! Stingray! What a success. 2 6s, about time. Right. Brilliant. Nice to have a success now and again. Woo! So we don't have to flip the card. And we can still try and get rid of that next action phase. Hello, it's me from the future. So she did a paranoia test for a reckoning, but she didn't do, Carolyn this is, she didn't do her enchant weapon spell, that bloody glamour. How could I forget that bloody glamour? So we'll do it now. So it's test law and flip the card. Ah, damn it. So what's a law? Her law is 3. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Come on. 2 successes. That's more like it. So we flip the card. And there we are. Have a look at that. I think it's focused. Enchant weapon. Resolve the effect based on your test result. 1 to 3. Controlling the magic is stressful. Lose 1 sanity. Bloody thing. So she's down to 4 sanity now. Bloody hate these things. And you can't get rid of them. And that's another crap one. If you notice, we're flicking all these over and they're really bad. Mind you, that's part of the course for glamours, but 4 successes to get anything decent. 4! Right, okay, back to your scheduled programming. Awesome. Back to this. So another quick reckoning. It's because I think the reason why these reckonings are very quick, we haven't really been hitting the asset reserve because we haven't got anybody with very high influence. You know, if you have a Jacqueline Fine or you have a Charlie Kane, then normally by this time in the game you've got about 300 items that you've got to go through. Gate. Gate next. Spawn a gate. Well, we know what it is. It is Buenos Aires. And then after that it's going to be San Francisco. So, Buenos Aires gate. Oh, and look, Luke's on his way. Luke's already on his way to Buenos Aires. Oh, wrong bag, idiots, that's clues. Go! And, right, come on, up you come, up you come. A cultist. Oh. Right, what's the cultist thing on the... Oh yeah, it's a dreamer, isn't it? Well, yeah. That's a good... that is a good pull. Again, we're maybe failing on the dice, but we're pulling some decent monsters. A rat thing and a cultist, they'll do me. Okay, so Buenos Aires gate. And the monster. Cool. So now it's just... We've just got to read the card, haven't we? So let's have a look. Ever since you arrived here, you've felt the call of that other world. An entire land of wonders awaits you just past that threshold, and you find yourself unable to resist the temptation any longer. Wanderlust. Each investigator on a space containing a gate tests will -2. Well, we've got nobody on a space that contains a gate. We've got somebody on a space that contains a dream portal, but that's not a gate. If they fail, they gain a lost in time and space condition. Lost in time and space conditions are pretty bad, but I'm not sure that this card really warrants tentacles. I suppose if it's late game and there's quite a few gates on the board, then it might. Yeah, and we have got. Yeah, I suppose we've got Luke, haven't we, who's normally stood where a gate is, because he can move to them quite readily. So and we won't want him getting lost in time and space, but all the same, I don't think it's that bad a card. So let me put this away. So, how did that turn go? Well, we did well closing the gate. We didn't do so well on the mystery. And yeah, because we got kicked out of the Dreamlands with Will, he's like really in the middle of nowhere now. We could have done with, when he picked that clue out to say where he went, yeah, space 14 wasn't the best place he could have gone to. Yeah, I mean, he's our monster killer and he's nowhere near any monsters whatsoever. Fortunately, the monsters that are out are dead easy. Well, easy-ish. The rat thing's a bit of a pain to get rid of with an observation test, but yeah, he's in the middle of nowhere, so he's going to really struggle to help. He might have to do that thing whereby he gets himself to the enchanted wood. Does the, you know, I think just does the rest action, spends a sanity, takes something like that to get to the enchanted wood. He might have to do that, but again, his health and sanity is bad. What space is he on? Oh, the space he's on is a city space, so perhaps he could get private care next turn. Yeah, if he tries to acquire assets, then he might be. He's got a resource. He might be able to get private care and just bump himself right up, and then he could try and do that thing to get to the enchanted wood and have himself a dream quest. So we'll have a think about that. Luke, he's on fire, and he's going to get to Buenos Aires next turn. I was thinking of sending him there anyway, using his special ability, but because he had to move closer to the Dreamlands, he doesn't even need to use his special ability. He can just use a move. He can just move from Space 3 onto Buenos Aires. So we'll have a think about what he's going to do. But generally, it's looking like Buenos Aires try and shut another gate. And unknown Kadath's there as well. Perhaps he can pick up a ship ticket. Once he's closed the gate and everything, the turn after that, he can then make his way to unknown Kadath. Use the local path and use a ship ticket he picks up in Buenos Aires to actually get him to Celophaeus again. And then he can try and drop something on the mystery. And that's going to be Jackie, isn't it? She's still in Ulthar. She's not going to move. What she's going to do is she's going to try and do another Ulthar encounter and drop another clue onto the mystery. So quite straightforward for her. Who haven't we mentioned? We haven't mentioned Caroline. She's got to get rid of that paranoia condition for a start. She is on a local path to get to the underworld up there in San Francisco. So she could get to the underworld. So that's a possibility for her. Get her back in, well, back in the Dreamlands. She hasn't been there yet, I don't think. So she can get to the Dreamlands. She doesn't have any clues though. So it's not like she can do the mystery, but she won't be able to do the mystery from the underworld anyway. And you never know, she may pick up a clue. We'll see. So perhaps we'll do that. She may try and acquire assets as well. I think she's got 3 influence. I mean, there's a private investigator here, isn't there? She could pick that up if private care's already gone to William. Oh no, she'll be going before William, so she won't pick up private care. She wants to leave that for William. But there's a chance she could get the private investigator. We could go for a bank loan for both of those characters. I mean, what we've had something like 3 reckonings on the trot, haven't we? We're bound to get either a rumour or something else. So again, a bank loan is viable, taking a debt condition. That could give us a couple more successes. So we've got a chance of the occult grimoire as well. Agency quarantine we can leave in there, because the one good thing in this game so far is we haven't had a horrible monster. So we can keep that in there. All of these are good. So no need to use William's special ability to get rid of a couple. All the ones that are out are actually good cards, so we'll keep those. Yes, well, I'll have a think about that in the interim. So that was episode 4. Again, very so-so on the dice rolling. We caught only 1 clue on the mystery when we could have possibly got 2 on the mystery isn't very good. And, you know, picking up things like paranoia conditions, we're just losing actions. Carolyn's going to have to spend an action to get rid of that now, next turn, when she could have been doing something else, like gaining a resource to acquire, and then acquiring assets. If Luke and Jackie are keeping us in it at the moment, they're keeping us in with a shout, and finishing that mystery on the first turn is keeping us in with a shout. This Visions of Hypnos, I didn't think it'd be that bad a mystery, but it is. If you fail to put that clue, then you just get catapulted out anywhere onto the board, like poor old William, and that makes it and it happened to Luke as well, and it makes it really, really difficult. You know, you've got that thing where you can get back to the enchanted wood or whatever, but it never takes you back to either Celophaeus, Dialethlene or Ulthar, so you've always got to spend at least an action to get to those places afterwards, and that's the only place where you can put the clue onto Visions of Hypnos. So it's eating up time. I've said it millions and millions and millions of times about this game. Time is your greatest enemy, and it just uses up your actions. And if you're using up your actions, you're not using those actions to actually complete the mystery. So this is a very, very, very clever mystery. It's difficult to solve, especially the way I'm rolling at the moment. It could take us about 5 or 6 turns to finish it. But hopefully Jackie's on a roll now and she'll be able to get another clue on it next turn. She's picking up clues hand over fist though, because of these conditions that keep getting picked up by other investigators. At least when I remember to use her ability. I nearly missed it then, but just got it before we started the Mythos phase. Okay, anyway, that's it for episode 4. Thank you so much for all the subscriptions, for all the views, for all the likes and the dislikes. The stars are right, you're all stars, and you're all right. We're doing okay. We're still in it to win it. And hopefully we will be able to do that. Thanks to everybody who's been across to BGG, to like the video threads over there, to make a comment or drop Geek Gold, anything like that. Thank you so much. And a special thank you to all of those people who've been across to KoFi.com to help support the channel and tip me a brew. I might start putting the names up. It's only fair, isn't it? I'll just put the names up at the end of the video just to thank you. It's very, very kind of you to do that. So you don't have to do it. No, nobody has to do it. So those of you that do, it's very, very kind of you. Thank you. Okay, that's it for episode 4. Next up will be episode 5. I hope you're able to join me. Until then, this is me, CatWeazle, saying toodaloo.